and welcome to our virtual ISTE 2026 virtual ISTE booth. My name is David Hotler. So excited to have you here. I'm the community manager at CAMI, and I am so excited to be welcoming Jen Mitchell to the stage. Jen Mitchell is an education technology integrationalist at Missisquoi Valley School District in Swanton, Vermont. And Jen's here to share how using universal design for learning principles can ensure all students have access to the learning materials they need in order to be successful. Jen, it is an absolute pleasure to have you joining us here today.
Thank you for having me. I love joining you guys.
Without any more interruption, I am going to share your screen and let you kick things
Amazing.
off. Thanks,
Thank
Jen.
you. So I decided this is a resource that I am creating for next year for fifth graders. So I know every single grade level, whether it is kindergarten or 12th grade, you have students who need to do research. And there's different levels to the research that students are asked to do. But I've noticed in our school that some students need some scaffolding. They need to be able to access materials and information without having a lot of barriers. So one of the things that I did for our special educators was I created some resources. So this is a book that has information about oceans as an ecosystem. And what I've worked with special educators on is creating a resource that the students, it's too many steps for them to find a book, search through the book for that information that they need, and then go back and find it over again to take notes. So we have resources embedded here, so they don't have to search for the actual resource, but they're still searching for the information. So the main learning target is still being hit with students finding information about their topic. So I hope that makes sense. So what I'm doing is I'm creating information for students. I'm curating the information for them to find it. So this is a book on oceans. This is what it's going to look like for students. So they're going to get a copy of the published book, not one that they can edit, because their job is to find information. They're still going to be writing it out on their paper in their notebooks that they have. So I have a table of contents. It's still under construction because I don't have the pages exact yet. An explanation, and the beautiful thing about Book Creator is that it can read it to you. So this can be read to the students. And then what I have is the information students need as they do their research. I included their vocabulary here and the research question they're focusing on. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so that you can see that. So the students can zoom in to see closer what they need. And again, it will read to them. So what I've done is I've inserted an image to help them understand what it is, but I've taken information and created a Google Doc, but I took it a bit further than that. I converted that Google Doc into a CAMI PDF. And this is what it would look like. The students are going to log in. They'll be asked to log into CAMI. And you're not going to see it as they are. All they're going to have is select, read aloud, and highlight. Those are the only tools that the students will have. The beauty of using CAMI is the text-to-speech, the translation. It's definitely more natural sounding. So they also can highlight that information, and it's their very own copy. I've been asked, can the teacher see what the student has? Because it's not a class assignment, no. However, the only thing students can do with it is highlight. So I really don't have any concerns about them doing something with the document. You can always log in as your student, and if you're not sure how to do that, talk to your IT people at school. So now that you see what it looks like, I'm going to show you how I do this. I'm going to be working on this page for producers. I already have my images here, and they are linked to their original source, just FYI on that. And then I have here my article for students to look at about producers. And I was very strategic in how I used it. So what I'm going to do is quickly go to CAMI. It's going to ask to convert the document. And here it is. So now that it's here, I always like to double check and run text recognition just to make sure that base is covered. And then once that's done, I'm going to show you how I share it and choose those tools for students. Look at that, so fast. I love it. So share. Again, this is not an assignment. I make sure I go to my domain and create an individual copy. This is where that feature control comes in, and the students do not change anything for anybody else. Feature control, they have the select tool, read aloud, where they can select the voice and the speed, and markup for text highlighter and box highlighters, depending on which one works best for students. That's it. That's really all they need. I do have the spell check, voice typing, closed captions. I like to keep those on all the time so that I don't forget them. I'm going to confirm, and then I'm going to copy the link. Now, as I go back to Book Creator, I'm going to click that plus sign. I'm going to go to Media and Embed. So this is where Ocean Producers I'm going to name it. Oh, that was not smart, Mrs. Mitchell. Of course, I'm calling myself by the third person. I have to put the link in first. Confirm. Now I can change the name to Ocean Producers. And add. So what I like to do with this is I like to move it, expand it, and then make it transparent by going to the little eye at the top corner, so that you can still tell the link is there while also seeing the information, the images behind it. And then I lock it, even though I'm sharing the published version. So there you have it. Now when they click, it'll open up. They will only have the certain amount of tools to use, and they can listen to it and highlight their information, and it will always be there for them. That's it.
Jen, I love how you so seamlessly use all of these tools and leverage the feature controls so that your students are getting just what they need when they need it. Excellent.
And not more. So
not more. And I think that's so important that it's not more, because you can always give them more later, but right now you just need to use these things.
This is what they need. And you can really tailor this to the reading level for each student. You can do more than I'm showing in terms of scaffolding for students and providing the access points for them. And this is really a way for us to help students learn how to help themselves by giving them some of the tools and then showing them how to use it and then letting them keep working at it. So they need to know what they need and learn how to use it. Yeah.
That's right. Very well
done. It's been successful. Third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade. It has been super successful for them.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for being here, folks. If you are watching and you want more of the ISTE Kami experience, check out our website, kamiapp.com/ISTE-2026. Jen, I'm so excited to see you at ISTE soon. And
me too.
Thank you so much for being here. Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Take care.